Senator Ayarishe, there are some groups who have said that if the INEC budget is not passed urgently, it may make it impossible to conduct election successfully within the legal time limits. You have been in the National Assembly. How easy is it? Because I know this recess is your usual yearly recess, which is a longer one. How easy is it for the National Assembly to reconvene on this kind of matter?
Well, it's not going to be too difficult if we end up following the Constitution. The situation we have in the National Assembly, I have discussed, privately with some of the party leaders. The Constitution is very clear. Those who decamped from APC to PDP automatically have forfeited their seats. And of course, this is one of the ways a senator can lose his seat. And that is expressed in section 68(1)(g) of our Constitution. And since they have forfeited their seat, I think the clerk should convene a meeting of the National Assembly for a new Senate President to be elected, since our President right now is no longer a member of the party and is no longer a member of the National Assembly. That is what the Constitution says.
But Senator, sorry if I may quickly, but instead that we clarify this once and for all. So if you say that those who left the APC to the PDP will lose their seat, what about those who left the PDP for the APC? Does that apply to them too?
It is actually the same solution. It is not permitted under our Constitution. The only condition where they can hold is where there is a division in the party. And that definition has been given to us by the Supreme Court. There is a precedent, and that was judged in the case of Ifedayo Abegude, who decamped from Labour Party to APC. And the State Assembly and some others challenged that decamping. And the Supreme Court, the case went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court actually defined the difference between factionalization and fractionalization. And what constitutes a division did not happen in the current APC. And so the will to say this is what the Constitution says should be tested at the Supreme Court. It's not a case that APC should go to the High Court, Federal High Court. They should go straight to the Supreme Court. This matter can be resolved in 1 week. So these people, another election will be set up. That is the law of this country. If we do not want to have the courage to implement what the law says, that's a different kettle of fish. We'll continue to, go around, because the person that is empowered to actually declare a seat vacant by a section of our Constitution, I think that is even Section 2 of that Clause 68, is the Senate President. Now we no longer have a Senate President. He's no longer a member of the National Assembly. So we now look at it, what is the next option? It is the executive that enforces the spirit and the letters of the Constitution that should move with the Attorney General of the Federation and seek clarification from the Supreme Court and let whoever feels aggrieved go to the court. Because that is what the law says presently. So I don't know why we are moving around.
Okay, it's tricky though, Senator Arishe. It's tricky to say we no longer have a Senate President. As far as we know, officially, there is a Senate President. Whether what you're saying is going to be tenable in court and officially is still going to be seen. But the fact remains that the politics that you have narrated now, would it affect the budget of the 2019 election, as I asked earlier?
Well, again, if we continue, if we don't do something quickly, and we are waiting for a Senate President that is at large, who has left the party that elected him, and according to Section 68(1)(g) of our Constitution, once you leave the party that elected you into office, that seat is considered vacant. I didn't write that constitution. That is what the constitution says. I don't know why we do not have the courage to implement that and enforce it now. Because if we don't do that, we will continue to be at this logjam position. And there will be no solution.
Okay.
Because one, the person who feels is still the Senate president will continue to hold on to that seat. But the constitution says he's no longer a member of the National Assembly.
Okay, so let's at this point take a break. But when we come back, we look at the danger all of this politics has on the National Assembly when they resume, if they want to resume before the date they specified earlier, and how the effect it will have on the 2019 budget. That's going to be next on the program, everyone. Join us again.